survival mode right now is not good enough. Oh, that's wide.
Gervonta Davis is one of boxing's most fascinating knockout artists and one of the attractive pound-for-pound kings of this generation. His record speaks for itself, with a massive 28 knockout wins in 30 fights, giving him a 93% knockout percentage. The punctuated victory before just north of 9,000 fans spread out at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio gave Tank the WBA Super Featherweight title to add to his existing WBA Lightweight title. From the opening bell, Davis grinded and launched that left uppercut, with the shot landing on some attempts and just missing on others.
Leo Santa Cruz did not see that uppercut coming.
When he wasn't launching that punch, he was working Santa Cruz's body with power shots. The first round had Santa Cruz pushing Davis to the ground in a gesture that Davis returned in the second, throwing all their mutual respect out of the window.
Leo Santa Cruz.
As the bout continued, the two champions took turns trading fire in electric sequences. However, every time Santa Cruz engaged in the phone booth, he left himself vulnerable.
He did something that I was even, shocked.
The strategy blew up in Santa Cruz's face in the sixth when Davis cornered him against the ropes, downloaded information in real time, and detonated that wicked left uppercut, which crumpled the Mexican fighter in a heap.
Which was stand toe-to-toe against the bigger puncher than Gervonta Davis.
Santa Cruz laid motionless, flat on his back for several tense seconds before he slowly got up off the mat. Coming first on the list, you have a fighter who wasn't only cocking out of the ring, but in the ring as well, and was almost becoming the second fighter to go the distance with Gervonta Davis until the tragedy happened. Yuriorkis Davis, a 26-year-old rising star, headlined his second consecutive PPV card and added a world title in a third weight class by stopping Mario Barrios, the World Boxing Association regular champion at 140 pounds, in round 11 of a thrilling and dramatic slugfest inside State Farm Arena.
Big difference in Barrios doubles with the jab.
There's a right hand again that scores.
Although Davis was leading on all three scorecards at the time of the stoppage, Barrios was busier and largely fighting him on what appeared to be even terms throughout a series of competitive and exciting rounds to close the fight. Davis, a native of Baltimore, rallied in round 11 after a hot start from Barrios to floor him for the third time in the fight with a left uppercut to the body. Davis proved to be the bigger puncher despite giving up nearly 6 inches in height in his junior welterweight debut, just 9 months after recording the knockout of the year in 2020 by finishing Leo Santa Cruz with an uppercut in round 6 of their junior lightweight bout. Davis appeared as if he seized momentum for good in round 8 when a lead right hook surprised Barrios and dropped him hard. I knew Barrios was hurt. I just had to catch him at the right time, Davis said. Floyd came to me and was honest. He told me I was down. He said, "Show me that you are great. This man set the tone. I'm just following in his footsteps. Floyd, I appreciate you. I'm thankful to be in this position." Davis was able to rally even bigger down the stretch to stun him with a big shot leading up to the stoppage. Davis outlanded Barrios by a margin of 96-93, according to CompuBox. Both fighters landed 17 body shots in total, but it was Barrios who used a steady attack of them late to help slow Davis down. In his first fight since knocking out Ryan Garcia in their blockbuster pay-per-view card last April, with a 44-day jail term in between for violating the terms of his house arrest, the 29-year-old Davis looked both menacing and spectacular in how he repeatedly walked down Martin before viciously stopping him at 1:29 of round 8. After a slow start, which he ascribed to being rusty, Davis began to routinely walk Davis from corner to corner and unleash power shots after taking away his opponent's jab due to the threat of his power. Eventually, that same power caught up with Martin as Davis landed a left uppercut in the corner to stun him before nearly knocking him out cold with a left cross. For nearly all of the first 6 rounds of his bout with Gervonta "Tank" Davis, Rolando Romero fought a disciplined fight, using his reach and jab to keep Davis from doing much offensively. To Davis's attempts to get inside and land his trademark left hands and uppercuts.
Left hand. And of course, there would be a left hand. It was actually more of a jab.
Romero also bent the rules nearly to the point of breaking, utilizing his elbows repeatedly as well as throwing Davis to the canvas after landing a clean right hand in the second round. He received several warnings from the referee, though no point was taken for the repeated fouls. Romero seemed to feel he had the right moment to amp up his attack in the 6th round as he pursued Davis to the ropes and looked to unload with his wild power punches. Davis calmly let loose with a left-hand counter that caught Romero clean and sent him face first into the ropes before sliding down to the canvas. Romero was able to beat the count and rise to his feet, but the referee did not like Romero's response to his instructions and waved the fight off, giving Davis another highlight reel knockout in a young career already filled to the brim with fight-ending shots. The official time of the stoppage was 13 seconds into round 9, with Davis ahead 78, 73, 78, 73 and 78, 74 on the judges' scorecards. Despite a game effort from Garcia, who operated within punching range throughout and was willing to trade shots with a bigger puncher, Davis outlanded his foe by a margin of 99 to 55, according to ShowStats. Davis also landed an incredible 53% of his power punches. Notably, after the fight, Davis admitted the only opponent who has the chance to defeat him is himself. He said he was going to do the work and finish Tank, but his ribs betrayed him. It's none other than Ryan Garcia, the opponent who talked his way to a 7th round body shot. It was a matchup between two of the brightest young stars in boxing today, and it was expected that Gervonta Tank Davis's advantage in power would be the difference. In the end, it surely was Davis, arguably the top knockout artist in the sport today, who floored Ryan Garcia in round 2 before finishing him off with a body shot in round 7 to score a resounding one-punch knockout inside a sold-out T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Garcia was game throughout and landed a series of single power shots to get Davis's attention, was unable to beat the count following a sneaky counter left hand to the body. The 24-year-old social media star went down to one knee after a delayed reaction as blood flowed from his nose but couldn't regroup as referee Thomas Taylor counted Garcia out just as he rose to his feet at 1:44 of round 7. Davis, 28, who reunited with former promoter Floyd Mayweather before the fight, hugged his longtime mentor after the victory with a huge smile on his face. Despite the narrative surrounding this fight that the winner might become the new face of the sport, Davis spent most of the promotion reminding media members he already is, which was hard to debate following his performance. Although Davis's power was the biggest story in this main event of a Showtime PPV, it was the advantages in technique, experience, and ring IQ that ultimately helped him set up the finish. Even though Garcia outlanded him by a margin of 39-35 according to ShowStats, in this largely tense bout with low output, Davis landed a sizzling 48% of his power shots overall. Garcia came out hot and had success using quick right hands and mauling shots inside in round 2 to get Davis's attention, but a beautiful counter right hand knocked Garcia down hard after he missed a lead left hook. Davis, who was leading on all 3 scorecards at the time of the stoppage, spent the majority of the fight landing clean shots to the body in order to slow Garcia, 24, down. Ultimately, it was a focus on the body that finished Garcia off for good.
Look at the same one as Garcia gets that right hand, throws this right hand.
The end of the fight brought Ryan Garcia to the reality that Tank was the better fighter. And while they have recently been on good terms, the trash talking continued afterwards. Tank is a great fighter, and I take my hat off to him, Garcia said. We talked a lot of shit, but he knows it's all love at the end of the day, and I take my hat off to him. He was the better man. Despite the heavy trash talk between them, much of which centered upon the 10-pound rehydration clause that Davis mandated in the negotiation, both fighters embraced after the finish, which aligned with Davis's pre-fight prediction of a 7th round knockout. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.